Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, let's talk about the iPhone 13 Pro and the Pro Max. So I'm gonna share my opinions with you guys about the 5 things I like and don't like about these new flagships. As you know, Apple has just introduced the new iPhone series, which are the iPhone 13, 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max. With the 13 Pro and the Pro Max, there are 4 different colors to choose from. They are graphite, gold, silver, and Sierra blue. And these devices are equipped with a new chip, which is the 15 Bionic with 5-core GPU, making the graphic of these devices much faster and better than ever before, especially for gaming, which requires high processor. Okay, now it's time to talk about what I like and don't like about these devices. Well, let's get started with the positive side first. So the first thing I really like about this iPhone is the new technology equipped in the cameras. As you can see, there are 3 cameras at the back, one of which is the Telephoto with 77mm focal length with 3x optical zoom. This lens can be used for both photos and videos. The next lens is the ultra wide. This camera comes with f1.8 with autofocus feature, and it is up to 92% improvement in low light. This makes the photo in low light brighter and sharper with more details. The ultra-wide lens is also equipped with a new technology called macro photography. This enables to capture close subject with sharp and detailed focus. As you can see, you can get really close to see more detail of the subject. The last one is the wide camera. The wide camera has the brightest aperture with f1.5. The improvement of this lens comparing to the previous model is up to 2.2x in low light performance, making it capable of capturing photos with a fast shutter speed and less noise results. Apart from that, all the cameras support night mode photography, making them even more powerful when capturing photos at nighttime. Okay, now let's move on to point number 2 that I like about this device, which is the new advancement of the video capability. This technology is known as cinematic mode. This technology allows video camera to focus on a singular subject and make everything else blurred, known as a rack focus. A rack focus is a filming technique that a filmmaker uses in order to change the focus of the lens during a continuous shot from one subject to another. This kind of technique is usually done on a camera with a descent lens and other equipment. This also requires a skillful filmmaker. However, the rack focus feature is now integrated in the iPhone 13, 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max, which is incredible. As you can see, his face remains focused despite his movement. And the focus capability itself is really fast, as it can shift from one subject to another very quickly. What even more, you can tap to change the focus of the subject while recording, and you can even adjust the bokeh effect as you see fit to the scene. And this video is recorded in a Dolby Vision HDR. Isn't it remarkable? For me, it is absolutely fantastic. Point number 3 is about the ProRes video recording, which is up to 4K with 30 frames per second. For your information, ProRes is an Apple's professional video codec. It is used in high-end professional cameras and workflows, including in Final Cut Pro. With this format, it is much easier on your computer's CPU, resulting in a far smoother editing process, which also enhances your video editing experience. Okay, now let's move on to point number 4. So point number 4 is about new advanced screen display. So now with this device, it comes with Super Retina XDR display with 1000 nits peaks outdoor brightness. This is incredible. Although you stay under direct sunlight, you are still able to see your screen clearly. In addition, this display also comes with a new refresh rate known as ProMotion. The screen refresh rate from these devices range from 10Hz to 120Hz. With this technology, the refresh rate will adjust by itself automatically, depending on what apps you are using. If the app being used doesn't require much of performance, the refresh rate will drop so that it helps preserve more battery. When in game with high graphic, the refresh rate can go up to 120 Hz so that you can experience the high capacity of the smoothness of the display. Okay, so now moving on to the last point, it is about the battery. As mentioned in the keynote, the battery of the iPhone 13 Pro Max is 2.5 hours longer than the iPhone 12 Pro Max. This means that you can use your phone for different activities or gaming. You don't have to worry that your phone will run out of battery. You can of course enjoy the whole day with your new iPhone. Okay, now it's time to move on to the other 5 things I don't like about this new flagship. First, the design. As you can see, the design remained the same. The back, the side, and the front of this phone is exactly the same as the iPhone 12 Pro or the Pro Max. The 3 cameras at the back are placed exact same spot as my iPhone 11 Pro Max. So from a quick glance, I'm sure that you cannot guess what phone is it. Let's say if somebody is using the 3 generation in black color. Honestly, I can guess what phone exactly he or she is holding because of all of them look really identical, especially the 12 Pro and the 13 Pro. Come on, Apple, look at the other competitors like Samsung, Xiaomi or Huawei. They have changed the way the camera look completely. They look gorgeous, as you can see from one generation to another generation. Second, the camera. Well, not to mention about the technology, because technology of course is different from the hardware itself. Look, all the cameras are just 12 megapixels, while other smartphones are already up to over 100 megapixels already. I know it's not much of a difference if we, just take photos for social media posts, but it's gonna make a huge difference if we want to have our photos printed in a large size especially. And I think that at least Apple should consider increasing the camera from being 12 to something like 20 or a bit more. Moving on, next is the third point, and the third point I like to talk about is the front design. As you can see, the notch, the smaller notch. Yeah, they mentioned it's smaller than before. But why? Why can't Apple do something to make it disappear? Just to keep the camera, it should be enough. Why it's, black bar, something like that. A few years ago, Samsung did a great job in terms of this already. And now devices from other makes are also doing a great job, like Samsung, Huawei, Xiaomi, and even Oppo. So Apple, please do something, okay? You have to do something to fix this. With this type of design, will give us a new experience, especially when watching movies or playing games. It's gonna be a full screen. That is a full screen model. The next point I like to talk about is the charging port. There's no Type-C, it's just the Lightning port again and again. I don't get it. I don't get why Apple still keeps the Lightning port while iPad has already been introduced the Type-C since probably 2 years ago, I think. So it means that in 2021 already that I cannot use one cable for my iPad and iPhone. Okay, so I get it. So the answer is no, of course, yes. So this technology also means that you are not going to have a fast charging experience like you will do on a Xiaomi device with 67 watts fast charging technology. It's really fast. You just spend like 15 minutes or half an hour, you get like up to 60 or 80% charge already. That's incredible. So Apple, please consider updating from the Lightning to the Type-C. Last but not least is the fingerprint sensor or the Touch ID. What I had expected to get back is the fingerprint sensor equipped somewhere on this device. But no, I actually did not expect to have the fingerprint sensor on the screen like other devices that they have already been there since 3 years ago. For example, like OnePlus series. But at least Apple should, put it back somewhere, especially during this pandemic. I know pandemic will not last longer, but hey, with fingerprint sensor, it will help a ton. Imagine you just wake up early in the morning and you want to find something, on your device. Then you cannot do it at ease. You have to scan your face, in order to unlock your phone. And imagine if you're not fully awake and your Face ID doesn't recognize your face. What happened? Of course, you have to go to the bathroom and wash your face. and then come back to use your device and unlock your device using the Face ID. So it's quite complicated. With the Touch ID, I think it will solve this kind of problem. But hey, it's just my preference. You might think Touch ID is useless. Yeah, probably it's useless. But for me, it's really important. Okay guys, now it comes to an end. I let you decide if the new iPhone 13 Pro or the Pro Max is something you should consider investing your money for. If you already own iPhone 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max, I think you should wait for the next generation because this one won't make much of a difference. Okay, talk to you guys soon. See you in the next video.